Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Mark, hello. Gary. Sorry about my voice. I'm actually really tired. It's been a long week. But I wanted to do something that I've been working on for a while. I'm streaming. So I mean, I shouldn't say working on for a while. It's more like it's been a while since I worked on it, right? Alright. Now, let's go ahead and give it a paint job. This is supposed to be a two-seater SSTO. It's not the smallest STO. It's not the smallest SSTO I can make that's passenger-wise. But I figured a pilot plus a passenger would be the smallest, right? Chicken Heart, hello, how are you? Cray, Milson. Series, the best we had ever seen. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. What are we doing today? This doesn't look like career mode, 10% mode, hardcore mode. No, not today. I don't have the mental clarity that I need to keep everybody alive. If I did a mission right now, I'd probably get some people killed. Hello, Veos. What are we up to today? We're going to launch this little itty bitty SSTO. Two-seater, so it's kind of like a passenger SSTO, right? It's got the pilot and one passenger. The smallest I could think of making. It's so boxy looking, but funny enough, it's actually fairly aerodynamic for stock KSP. We're gonna paint it though. Now, the fact that it looks like a box, I actually was thinking of, like taxi colors. You know, it doesn't look cool. It's not glamorous in any way, shape, or form. So I was thinking maybe like some orange and yellow, maybe some white stripes, like a little taxi almost. Yeah, it makes sense. Get well soon. Sad to see you both not doing. It's alright, man. It's okay. It's just been a rough week. Okay, let's go to sleep. We will understand. Yeah, if I fall asleep, just, you know, yell at me and comment. Don't worry, get some rest. STTO mini. I don't know what that stands for. Instead of tiny shuttle, one it should be called boxy. Boxy, I like that. Looks like Veo still doesn't have the Oscar B mask. Oh, you're talking about the no, this is not, excuse me, this is not 10% science mode. I made sure that the description didn't say anything about science mode on it. This is sandbox. We're just playing around because right now I don't have the mental clarity to play 10%, or else everybody would die. Let's just say. I'll be surprised if anybody survives this. This is simple. But I like what I did here. This was kind of a new touch. I made the chairs so they swivel out so the Kerbal can come out. And the way that the service bay opens up almost is like a little bit of like a footstool. So they get in and the chairs can swing around. Matter of fact, let's check action groups. Engine. Switch mode. Okay. I don't know how this thing re-enters other than just pray. But we'll do there. Alright, I'm gonna go for like a... Damn. I'm gonna try yellow first. Let's see what that looks like. Whoops. Bronze, make it all shiny. Blue. Ugh, no. Okay, we're gonna go for like a taxi school bus yellow at first. And this is just for first. If it's not something, if it doesn't really fit the bill, we'll change it. Store pattern. Because it's so boxy looking, I think like a more of a taxi kind of color would probably be best. With the facts, it looks like a box. I think it deserves a name like Right and their box chases. Chassis, yeah. Hello. Why is the video called It's Just a Bad Dream? I guess we'll find out, huh? Open GUI. Kind of reminds me of those Cessna planes that are like bushwhackers. They're all yellow. Well, some of them are anyway. I guess for safety, to easier to see them or spot them. Which I think it'd actually be pretty cool to see if I can make like a short takeoff and landing aircraft. Not quite VTOL, but at the same time it doesn't need a whole lot. We'll fix the bottom later because obviously we're gonna make like a heat shield or make it appear like it has one. And I'm not sold on the yellow color. Not sold on the taxi look just yet. So I want to take a look at it and see if it sparks anything. That taxi look. We're going to make this black, actually. And I think I'll make this part black, too. It's a little too black because you can't really see the details. So I'll just make it a little lighter. And then I'll give it a little bit more detail. Can I give it a metallic sheen a little bit? Store the color and then load it. There we go. So I can see some detail right there. That's nice. It'll be covered up anyway, but we'll get that started. We're going to store this pattern, load it onto there, and I think I'll load it onto here too, and probably here too. Right here too, probably. And right here. I think that'll work. Let's see what we got. Like mask as in paint masks. Oh, okay. It's more like a taxi for only carrying only one passenger, right? Right, taxi is a cool name. Okay. You mean a pepper cub? Is that what it's called, Mark? I guess we'll find out. Does not sound like it bodes well. Why not boxcar? Boxcar's pretty cool. Do you use lazy painter? No, I use something called texture, whatever, blah, 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 blah. It's actually abbreviated as T.U.R.D, T-U-R-D. I love it because it has 3 different levels of painting, and plus you can make things shiny or bland. You can increase the detail or decrease. You know what? We should increase the detail around this thing. Make it look dirty. Make it look used. See, check this out. Get a little bit of a scuff in there. I like that. Okay. Yeah, make it look used. I think I'll make that part black though. Yeah, there we go. Not too black. Okay, yeah, there we go. Get a little bit of texture in there. I think I'll make the tip of this black as well. Where's that? Is this it? Yes. Okay. Alright. Oh, what about the interior? Does it do interior? Open GUI, let's see. Would that be tertiary? Nope, it's not showing up. Oh well. It's too bad that I can't paint these though. You only have shiny or not shiny. That is what it is though. Tuk-tuk. Okay, Veils. Tuk-tuk. Veils, what is the fastest jet-powered thing you have made? I've made a lot of them. I can't really name or recall any of them. I'm sorry. Let's just say I made them so fast they blew up in atmosphere. So there is a speed limit in atmosphere. It's not like you can make the fastest ever unless you do some sort of weird Kraken glitch and allow it not to blow up because of heat. Yes, knows about the mod, but no. Does he? I found Lazy Painter make it much easier to give the craft big first paint man. Well, the problem with Lazy Painter is that if you ever try to turn on the lights in Lazy Painter, the paint is just a shade that goes over the entire part of the paint file, and so your windows end up turning purple or red. So it kind of sucks. Whereas this takes into account all the windows, so your windows stay shiny. What else? Are you in the Hatbat? The mod maker server? Oh, he's talking chicken. New PARALLAX is a lot more optimized, thankfully. I tried to download new PARALLAX, continued, and it froze my game. So we'll see. I guess later on in life if it changes. All right, Vez, gotta go. All right, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. We're probably not going to be on here for too long. Is there any reason for the radial intakes? Don't they generate a lot of drag? Genuine question. Well, the thing about that is that I think now I've built this like a year ago. I'm just kind of sprucing it up and painting it, right? Taking an old craft file. But I think what it was is that this thing got into space so quickly that the drag on it wasn't very important. I could put those other ones. What is it called? No. Where are you? It's the high out. There we go. I could have used these, but let's see. This thing is, but it only has 0.05. Excuse me. 0.05 air, right? I wonder what I was thinking when I made this. It had to be weight. No, that's 0.3. So it'd make a total of 0.06. Why didn't I put it on there? Was it looks? It had to be air intake. 0.5, right? Even though it's for lower. And that's a 2. But it's this is meant for a lower atmosphere. This is meant for higher atmosphere. I'm thinking it had to be problems with trying to start the engine at low altitudes. I don't know. Maybe it was just looks. Maybe it was just looks. Maybe I didn't like the looks, maybe it was in the way of the Kerbals getting in, and I just did a little bit of a sacrifice in order to make it look better. I'm not sure. In the future, I'll probably play around with the other air intakes and see what it was that made me do that. I'm gonna say probably looks. Looks and availability for the Kerbal to get into the seat, because there's, as you did notice, those were pretty long and kind of big, even though weight-wise. So I don't know. That's a good question. Hey Vales, how are you going? How are you doing? I've had a really rough day, a rough work week, so I'm quite tired. I had a lot of trouble sleeping at night. It's one of those things that followed me home, so I gotta worry about it till next week. It's great. I'm sure I'll sleep well. Nothing too bad, but not great either. Vayas, did you understand at the time that Lazy Paint was an add-on for T.U.R.D? It was? Cool. Love your R&D videos and streams. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you too. Okay, I guess that's not what Lazy Painter is. Okay. Just contact links, please. Who? I just got the DLC, and the first time I supercharged an engine with a Cal 1000, I found myself splashing on the sun. Yeah, Cal 1000 is definitely cracking bait for sure. I would have used the incline intakes instead of the nose cone. What in the Kerbal did I join to? I don't know. Looks are based, yeah. Lynx is maker of PARALLAX. Oh yeah? Well, we'll see what happens. I still have PARALLAX installed, don't get me wrong, but it's the original one. It's the only one that seems to work. Let's put something on here. Let's make this a little bit snazzier. Let's go for maybe a darker orange. There we go. And a black. Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's nice. Okay. Safety first, right? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to flip this over and give it a heat shield. We still got plenty of stuff we can stick on here. Excuse me. Alright, here we go. Easy. Oh, come on. I guess that'll do. If you're wondering what kind of mods I use, they should be in the description below. I probably will turn it this way. Select flag. Let's go for this one. Eventually, when I get enough time, I will try to find some more heat shield like pictures and add them to the flag list. Okay, let's go scale. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, TJ just subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing and welcome to the fold. Oh no, what did I join? Space Go. I would have more energy behind my voice right now, but I don't got it. My energy is shot. And it's funny too, because the new job that I have, it's not physically demanding. But there is a lot of regulations and a lot of codes, policies, ethics, deadlines. It's a lot. It's not fun. Yeah, I get paid more than the other job, but man, I miss that other job. I would rather work my ass off physically, come home physically drained, right? But yet be mentally okay. This job here, it really does suck your soul out, and not in a good way. I think I'll turn this one around too. Oi. There we go. And no. Alright, depth's not working. Try scale. Ooh. It's actually covering the engines. It's not what I was going for there. Oops. But what I will do is I'll take this and I'll move it. A little more. Okay. That's not too bad. Not too bad. What is this? I think that's a fuel tank. Yes. Let's see here. I just used the inline intake instead of the nose cone. True. When the Kerbal did I join too? Looks are based. Links is super nice. He told me exactly what settings I needed to have on for max performance. Nice. This is this is looking cute. Nothing beats Cat's trying to jump on top of my computer. And she knocked down a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's a cat for you. Alright. Nothing beats sleeping after a hard... Yeah. Sup, gang? Is this submersible? I wish. Probably could be submersible. Days of work and a hot bath, right? Yo, yo, what up, y'all? What's up, B? Hey, what's going on, Azora? Alright. This is going to be a real pain in the butt, isn't it? Alright, let's try this instead. If I have to use an extra one, that's fine. I don't care. Bring the scale down. Bring it in. Easy. Okay. Nice and easy. Ever so gently. Real gently. No, I didn't grab it. Crap. How about? No? Oh shit. I can't. Oh man, are you kidding me? I'm trying to grab the damn. There we go. I think that's it. Okay, cool. Now let's expand it. Nope. Yep. Shit. All right. The decal flag stuff can be a little daunting at first, because they act as their own parts, but they don't act like it's funny, they act like their own parts, but they're not their own parts. Does that make sense? Meaning you don't have to worry about them popping in like the heat, because they don't act like a flag per se. Is this it? Yes. Okay. Damn it. Well, fuck. Sup gang is does days of work not bad. Yeah. Will this fly? Yes it will. I believe I've tested it before. Oh, nuts in a barrel. I grabbed the wrong thing. Control Z. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. If I can't see the yellow, then I don't have to cover it up. Shoot, I see the yellow. Well, fiddlesticks. Alright, let's do this. Ever so gently. We're doing SSTO heart surgery right now. Has to be very delicate. SSTO heart surgery is extremely super serious. Very serious right now. Nurse, I need 20 cc's of insanity, please. Thank you, nurse. Okay. We'll do it right here as well. Nice. And then what I'll do is I'll open the GUI and I'll make the center black. Not quite black because I want to have some detail. There we go. Give it a little bit of metallic. All right, cool. I'm not going to worry about that part because it's covered by this. Should be good. All right, okay, so we got the hue. Nope, still working on it. The only thing about the decal overlay that I kind of have a little bit of a gripe with is the fact that it doesn't cover more than just one part. I get it, right? I get that it's hard enough just to get this kind of decal stuff on one part, so I'm not complaining. It's actually really nice. But there has to be some sort of technology out there that allows for multiple part. But I don't know. I'm not a programmer. I can't say. I'm sure they did their best, which is more than enough. for this mod. Beautiful. Alright, we have our heat shield. That looks nice, don't it? I mean, technically I probably should cover this up too and a little bit of this, but you know, we're just putting the basics on here for now. Single surgery to orbit. Yo, what's up? What you making? I'm making a teeny tiny little SSTO taxi, I guess. Boxcar. Hello, Greed. How are you? Is that Bumblebee on crack? Probably. Mini fighter? Not necessarily. Pata Greed. Bumblebee made by Ocean Gate, yeah. Since when do subs have landing legs? I know, right? Manned atomic bomb. Yeah, you get to ride this one all the way to your last designated destination. Last destination. Looks like a submarine. Kind of does, doesn't it? Alright, I think what I'll do is I'll actually add something around here. There we go. There we go. Get some texture going. And I want it to look used, right? So I'm going to put some detail on the yellow. Get some, dirty it up real good. This taxi is used a lot. Maybe I can make that a different type of orange. There we go. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Like a little red in there. Oh, yes. Yellow and red and black. Okay. 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 I think I know what my tertiary color scheme's going to be. We're going to add a dash of red in there. Not just any red, but it's going to be an orangey red. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, I like that. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Let's make this black. There we go. Almost reminds me a little bit of construction stuff. But no, it's a taxi, and the red red really actually works. It's almost like caution, you know, watch your step. I wish we had taxi colors. We could probably make some later on. Kinda lathish? I don't know. Perhaps. Okay, let's look for more stuff to put on here. Go for a dark color. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Same with this. Give it a little bit of a dirty it up a little bit. Dirty it up. More dirt, more dirt, more dirt. Yeah, I think it should be super dirty down there, to be honest, because that's where all the flames and stuff typically hit. So the bottom part's going to be way dirtier. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, fudge, yeah. Just a everyday taxi, that's all it is. Ooh, too much, too much. Just your everyday taxi into space. Thick and beautiful. Shouldn't the nose be also dirtier? I tried to make it, well, actually no, I haven't gotten to these yet. But I tried to make the other side dirtier. See what we can do with this. Yeah, that'd be pretty dirty, wouldn't it? Be a dirty SSTO. You naughty, dirty SSTO. So dirty. Alright, here we go. Now let's put this on here. Okay, we'll shrink it. Turn it around. A little bit up. Change the depth. There we go. Make it a little bigger. Okay, cool. Nice. It's got a nice little heat shield going on. Okay, okay, a little taxi. And we can go ahead and let's give it some names. I don't know what kind of taxi we should put on it, but don't taxis have numbers? I'm not thinking straight, so I'm just gonna come up with random bull crap. We're just gonna say space taxi. Orbital taxi, OT. And then we're just going to come up with a number of like 27008, some random serial number, and then we'll set the text. Whoops. We'll make it kind of a, there we go. Make it a little smaller scale. Looking good, looking good. And then we'll make one just above it. But this one will say taxi. All in capital. How do you spell taxi? I haven't done this in forever. The hell have I know it's small like that, right? Did I spell that right? Hold on. I can't think straight. Is it T-A-X-I, right? Yeah. Yeah, I got it right. Oh, fake taxi. There you go. I didn't read comments yet. So all I'll do is I'll go like this, and I will make it bigger. Move it around so it's kind of just right. Gonna nail it right here somewhere. Okay, bring that to about here. It seems a little off, but that's because of the fact there's a red streak right here. If I was to make that yellow, it seemed like a little. It seemed like it's better, but I'm trying to line this up so it's right about here. I'm lining it up with the parachute. There we go. Okay, alright. Now that's for the top, but if a Kerbal wants to get on board or some sort of maintenance guy is looking, we want to make sure we have the ability to look at it right here, right?
No. Okay, honey, you know what? Kitty, she's playing with the button again.
I've got something in the way. Should be alright. Cat turned off my computer one time because it walked on the damn on and off button on the top of the computer. She's got this really bad knack of wanting to walk on top of the computer. Oh crap, forgot to double that. There we go. That looks so cool. It's coming together.
No, kitty.
What is your deal, cat? This creature is trying to no. Oof. She's trying to destroy the stream. Cats will be cats, right? Seems like a good idea. Okay. What mod for skins? All mods can be in the bottom description. Check the description. It's always in the description. Look how good this is looking, though. What is your deal, kitty? You know what? I'm just gonna put this right here so you can't do shit. She's been banned to the other end of the cat tree. Look how good that looks, guys.
It's like took over my cat tree.
That's nice. I'm really liking how this is coming across. This is working really good. I love it. Gosh damn, it could come right out of a video game. Well, I guess it isn't a video game, huh? Durr. Sexy. Next stop, the moon, right? Seems like a good idea. Xphoria. How to super chat on mobile. Oh, I don't have super chat set up. One of these days I will. I promise. I promise. Right now, all I have is just the PayPal link if you want to help the channel out in any way. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Lily Dallas Multipass. It does look like something of a Fifth Element, right? Lilo Dallas Multipass. Yeah, she knows she's a multipass. She knows. Anyway, we're in love. Almost fifth. Yep. Just discovered the taxi is called taxi because of the term taximeter. That refers to the device that measures. Oh, cool. Excuse me. What mod are you using? Oh, yeah, that's right. So all mods can be found in the description below. Space KB coloring is from the T.U.R.D mod. Yep. Okay, thanks. I can see that in Star Wars Cowboy Bebop. Fly it. Alright, I think we're about done anyway. Oh, we need lights, right? Can't have a taxi without lights. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you freaking out of your mind? Can't have any taxis without lights. I mean, we have the forward-facing lights, but I don't think I put directional lights on it. No, I don't think so. Guess I could put them up here. Put this right here for now. That's for the rear. And then I think I can do this. Okay. Nah. Maybe right here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and turn the lights on, make them green. We'll take the light emissions off so it doesn't turn everything green. Do the same thing with this. Lights on, green, light emission off. Okay, green is for the right side. Red is for the left side. Let's shrink that in there. Actually, bring it up some. There we go. Okay, cool. We'll make this a little smaller too. There we go. Alright, and let's go ahead and click on this. We will remove symmetry and just make it red. Same thing with this. Remove symmetry and red. And there you go. And I think there's a little indicator light that we put on top as well. Oops, there we go. And I think this one blinks. Or it's supposed to be a strobe light, right? We'll just blink on. There we go. Okay. Sweetness. Let me do one thing for the interior. Should I make? I think in order to let's do this. Let's make it like. Let's make it kind of cool, right? Let's make the interior light. When it's in space, it'll turn red. Ah, crap. This is going to be difficult with all the flags and stuff. Easy. That's kind of cool. All right. All right, cool. At this point, Veos has already made more ships than Star Citizen. Needs some brake lights. It's not a car, don't worry about it. Imagine the placement of lights causing the whole craft to spin like my head after I've done. Well, maybe, I don't know. Oh no, something disappeared. Veos, did you ever use Kerbal construction time? No, I don't believe I have. Veos, you need an official flag for your KSP fleet. I do. I'm in your walls. No, Robodoc, get out of my walls. Get out of my head. Alright, here we go. Make sure we have crew on board. Did I write anything down how to fly this thing? Of course I didn't. Crap. Well, people are gonna die. I'm sorry, everybody. That's just how it is. Alright, let's launch it. Uh-oh. It froze. I'm in your chair. Damn, if you're in my chair, where the hell am I? Okay, let's see if that works here. Ooh. Little something going on here, isn't it? Leave seat. Whoa, it pushes them out, that's for sure. Damn. Just say, get the hell out of my taxi. Alright, so this goes to space, right? So they're about to leave, they're about to go to space, or whatever the case may be. Board. Board. Alright. And then I believe it's number 0. Oh gosh, please don't hurt me. No. Oh shit. Oh, it turns while it closes at the same time. Okay. I should probably separate that. That's kind of cool though. Let's do this. Let's aim camera here. Or not. It's cool. Let's aim camera here. Try to see if we can... Ah, there we go. Take a look-see. And close. Alright. Pretty cool. Now, obviously, we can't keep their helmets off because even though they're considered stowed away, KSP will still... Wow. KSP will still kill them, so we got to give them their helmets. Equip helmet. Can I get him, please? I need to contact. Come on. Equip helmet. Bam. Alright. Okay. They're all in there. All good to go. I have no idea how to fly this thing, so I'm going to F5 save. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. Hold on. The front landing gear is too close to it, so it feels like it, when this closes, it thinks the landing gear is stowed away, so you gotta do this when it's open. Alright, now flip them around. Okay. Let's see. Not a fan of those lights, gonna be honest. Which ones? The direction indicators? Or the big giant four-way ones? I could probably take some of those off, to be honest. It is awfully bright. Yeah, Minion Mobile, yeah. Minion's got a little foul. I mean, I'm in your chair as fabric of your chair. Okay. Looks like you need more space for helmets. I mean, the helmets are pretty good. It's the reason why I use the SpaceX kind of helmet, right? It just barely fits in there. The shuttle's program spacesuit, NASA spacesuit, it kind of pokes out everywhere. Robotic seats that extend, a more futuristic look. Well, extension would mean a piston, which means more parts, which means it's heavier. So this is as good as you're gonna get. Honestly, it is not appreciated. Oh no, Mr. Mark, what's happening? Please don't fight. I've had enough of that this week. Fancy, I just came to say goodnight. Bye now. Alright, Danielle. This is not democracy. This is hell. This is Hell Divers. This is Hell Divers. Alright, this kind of works, I think. Okay, up and down. Oh, that kind of... It's too bad that that kind of gets in there, huh? I'm sure there's a setting to stop it. Alright, here we go. We're probably gonna die. I forgot to save, by the way. Full power in 3, 2, 1. Pull up. Pull up, bad boy, pull up. Those, I think these are way too far forward. I mean, reversed. Yeah, it's not being able to pull up. Oh, shit. Well, this is not going to go well, is it? Easy. Because it's so small, I'm going to go for 10 degrees. Oh, fudge. We're all going to die. What? Oh! Oh, the shot cone thing that I just... Yeah. Stop it. Stop moving. Alright, you're pissing me off. Your gimbal's way too much. Alright, we're going to go back. We're going to fix the gimbal on that because that was a little much. Alright. Gimbal down. We can keep that, but I think the one that was really killing us was the gimbal. And we're going to make this come back a little bit. Shit. There really is no way we can do this. Center of mass is way back here, no matter what we do. I guess I could bring it up just a pinch, but gosh darn. Well, that's as good as you're gonna get, bro. Damn. And we'll just make that just a pinch. Okay. But, alright, okay. Alright, here we go. Let's try it again. Yeah, we'll die for science. Big giant ones, big too much, don't you think? Big giant ones? Oh, you're talking about the air thing? I was going for looks, I think. I wasn't too worried about being perfect. Alright, let's try this. Shit. And 3, 2, 1. Oh no, oh no, oh dear. Oh, look at the Kerbal down here. Oh, you can't see him, but he's flying. What the f... Okay. They both They both... How did they both survive? How did they both survive without a scratch? How did that work? Fire sprinklers? Yeah, right? By the way, Vegas, if you're okay with clipping in a small nose cone on the back of the rapier, why not go all the way and use the big nose cone? I've explained this before, is that the big nose cone and the small nose cone are mutually pretty much, they do the same thing. So real quick, the big nose cone weighs more, but it cuts more drag. Whereas the little nose cone weighs less, but it cuts less drag. So with the big nose cone, you might go through the atmosphere a little faster, but once you get into space, suddenly you have to account for the delta V to push that mass. With the small nose cone, you might have a little bit more drag trying to get through the atmosphere, but when you get into space, you don't have to worry so much about delta V being used to push the mass because it's lighter weight. So they cancel each other out. True, you might be able to get a few more delta V out of the bigger nose cone, but we're talking like 5 or 10 delta V. It's not worth it. Unless you think it is, right? Build how you want. I just like the little nose cone because it adds to the looks of the rapier engine. So not only does it work, but it actually is not synthetically pleasing. You know what I mean? Aesthetically pleasing. There you go. Let's revert. I guess we're just going to have to deal with flying off the end of the runway. Okay, revert. Yeah. Veos, what'd I miss? Nothing really. We painted a small SSTO to make it look like a space taxi. And now we're just trying to fly it. There we go. All right. Da-da. Okay. Lights on. Space taxi. Full power. We're going to start pulling up in order to stabilize. I would, but the center of mass is like right here. It's crazy. Please go up, go up, go up, go, go, go up. There you go. There. Ha 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 ha. No, no, no. What are you doing? Easy now. Easy. Ew, 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 ew. Okay. Whoa. Alright, easy. Easy. We might need to get the gimbal back up. Gosh damn it. I mean, yes, I could add more stuff to this to give it better control in atmosphere. Like a yaw controllability. But I don't know how much delta V we have when we get up there. That's the problem. We might have crap for delta V. Now that I think about it, I don't believe we have a reaction wheel in here. Ooh. Oh, ew. There's no reaction wheel. Oh dear. Okay. This thing is out of control. Oh geez. Oh man, that nose is about to pop. That nose is about to pop. Okay. Prograde in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going prograde. There she goes. Apoapsis is at 72. Our reaction wheel would be very beneficial right now. But the fact that we're being able to do this without one is kind of nice. It means that the design is pretty good aerodynamically. We have 2 minutes and 19 seconds before orbital insertion burn, with 900 meters per second left over. I'm kind of thinking that those Vernor engines or Vernor thrusters are a little too strong. So when we go back, we're going to turn them down. Oh, hey, stop losing your shit. Stop losing your shit. How does it look like inside the cockpit? Okay. That's pretty cool. It's not great. It's kind of cool. Wow, this thing has 0 reaction wheels. Once you turn off the RCS, you're drift. Hands down, you're drift. Gosh damn it, they are way too strong. Like stupid strong. Okay, so note to self, turn RCS thrusters down to almost nothing. Six seconds and... Okay, so we are in orbit with over 530 meters per second left over, delta V. That is plenty of delta V to do whatever we need to do. Go to any parked spacecraft or space station or whatever that's out there. Let me read chat. Aerospike to cut down on the drag of the rapier. Cool. This was a joke. Did it crash or nothing happened beforehand? Not sure. What if you made the rear landing gear more softly sprung? That's true. Or we can have it so the rear landing gear is a little higher, so that the nose of the spacecraft is pointing up. This is fine. That's a bit of a problem, yeah. Did you put in RTGs? No. If yes, they probably overheated and created a fusion reaction. Kerbals now are atomically Swiss cheese. Been working on my first ELU lander recently. Nice. Maybe you can try to do soft spring. Yeah, soft spring. Okay, yeah, so it kind of points upward. I see what you're going for. It's a taxi, right? Why does it even get so shiny in the lower atmosphere? I don't know. I'd recommend using a different intake phase. Looks like you only get to about 50,000 meters on the air breathing mode. Wow, is this gone? Yeah. I must have it where it drains the liquid fuel first. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Oxidizer, gotcha. So we have actually, this is pretty good though. We have to oxidizer to liquid fuel ratio is pretty good, because when we get back in the atmosphere, we have plenty of liquid fuel to fly to our destination, hopefully land. Now I will do this though. The fact that we have 538 meters per second tells me we have lots of power. Lots of fuel and lots of power. That being said, I'm going to see if I can't put some sort of horizontal or yaw control to this thing. And ooh. Better yet, instead of that, what I can do is I can take these off, and we are going to slap some of these bad boys on here. That's pretty cool. Wonder if I should, nah, because that's going to ruin the thrust to weight ratio. It'll be heavier on top than the bottom, that kind of thing. So I'll do now. Ooh, crap. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, no, we're good, we're good, we're good. All I gotta do is just bring them up a little bit. Okay. I'll take this, and we're gonna bring them down to about 4.5, since we are having some serious problems with that. 3's fine, I guess. Four, okay. And we'll make that 4. Okay. Let's paint these real quick. Oh, we can't. Just, nah, damn. We can just make them shiny. That's it. Well, that sucks. Okay. So at least we have some form of control now, and to be honest, that's a lot. That's pretty good. Save that. Greetings. Hello, Distracticus. Am I hearing astronauts talking on the radio? Yes, you are. BO Space Taxi, nice. Yes. Has Chatterbox installed. That's right. Cockpit ambience. Just made my first STO. I have 3000 Delta V in low carbon orbit. Nice. The modded community blowing my mind. Yes, right? Chat allows. Yep, it does. All that cool stuff. The goat, not the goated. True. How about you use more appropriate sized RCS instead? I'm thinking so. Alright, 1 second, everybody. I need to do something real quick. Alright, I'm back. Let's see. How about you use more, yeah, the RCS. They'll switch the intakes. I think we went over this already in the very beginning. The fact that we have the radial air intake was a aesthetic design decision, because the other one, even though it works better and is lighter, it would be in the way, and I'd have to make 4 of them or 2 of them in order for the center of thrust to be where it's supposed to be, right? I couldn't put 2 up here. I couldn't put 1 on the bottom and 1 on the top. I mean, I guess I could put 1 on the bottom and 1 on the top, but I forget how many you need for 1 rapier. Does anybody know how many of those small little skinny air intakes you need for 1 rapier? And if that's the case, I probably could, but then again, that would mess up the looks that I got going on right here. And I can't do 4 of them because of the fact that they would stick way out here and be in the way of the Kerbals trying to get in and out of the thing. I probably could, though. So it works, as you can see, it works just fine. The amount of fuel that's used up compared to the rocket fuel, compared to the jet engine fuel, is just fine. So it works just fine, but I don't know. Because, you know, when we design things, sometimes we use a part that's not as efficient in order to keep that aesthetically pleasing look, because it works just fine. And to be honest, even though on mathematically speaking, you know, when it comes to fuel consumption and everything, even though these would work better by a little bit, it'd still be in the way of the Kerbal getting in and out. I'm not sure how that would look aesthetically. They're just so awkward. Maybe if I do it like this. Right? How many of these bad boys do I need per rapier? Does anybody know? Is 2 fine? If 2 is fine per rapier, because again, look, air intake air is 0.5. It's not a lot. Last time I checked, you need at least, I think you need more than 2, or else your rapier will choke out earlier compared to the air intake of 2.0. So right now the rapier is getting an air intake of 4.0. Yes, there is a altitude ceiling where that starts to go away, but even at max, these only bring in, both of them together, 1.0. Is 1.0 good for a rapier? Does anybody know? Let's see here. Turn your vernal thrust down. Did I do that already? Yes, I already did that. Good. I mean, I'm willing to listen to ideas. I know I'm not the shiniest spoon in the drawer. I'm not that smart. I might be an artist, but I'm not that smart. I get it. Be able to remove the white on the bottom side of the Oscar be turned. What? Turn down the edge wear of the conformal decal? Edge wear of the conformal decal? What are you talking about? I mean, I could put more decals on here, sure, but this is just squad between all shit. This doesn't have Bob Ross, so you can't really paint them, unfortunately. Not yet. I'm sure he's working on that. Oh, are you talking about this? Edgeware? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. Thank you. Look at that. Give that guy a medal. That's sweet. Appreciate it, man. Big preach. Look at him go. Look at him go. I'm gonna... You've now been promoted to first officer. Yeah. That other guy. He wasn't pulling his weight around here. Whoever he was, I forgot. Let's keep reading. The warning tape on the reaction wheels finally fits a crafts aesthetic for once. There's warning tape on the reaction wheels. There is. Oh, caution tape. You're talking about caution tape? Okay. The bajillion, kerbillion. What about inline intakes in the place of the nose cones? Inline intakes? You mean, oh man, I don't think that would look very good, to be honest. Plus, you know, we're trying to get something that looks like it would actually work. So having an intake right here and then suddenly nothing, it would appear very weird. But I'm really liking this idea, however. I need to know, can a single rapier operate with just 2 of these tiny little nose cones that barely bring enough oxygen into the game? Bills, did you get my email about the space station? No, I haven't. I've been really bad with the Google channel mail. I haven't been able to look at it at all. I'm sorry. I probably got like 100 or 200 messages. I'll have to scroll through all of them. It's gonna be a real chore. Veos, like 3 of the radial ramp intakes. You could also wait. I need 3. You could also use the small circular ones. Small circular ones. Not sure how many is optimal. Right now you're losing more on drag and your top speed also suffered. Oh, I know that. Yeah, that's obvious. The thing is that, like I said before, we're trying to look for aesthetically pleasing, but 3 of these bad boys? Yeah. Well, it's gonna get bigger then if that's the case. Cause oh jeez, man, I was kind of hoping to avoid the whole making it bigger. Damn it. 3 of these bad boys, huh? I guess we could. That cuts right into the fuel. That's not going to work, bro. It cuts right into the fuel. That is not going to work. So double's not enough for a rapier? Is that what you're trying to say? I have to test it, but I don't have time to test it. Honestly, the first SSTO I did, that worked. I just used an air intake per rapier. Ooh, what kind of air intake, by the way? Because 1 shot cone air intake can power up to 4 rapiers. 6 if you're careful. 8 if you're really, really careful. Then again, I was just screwing around. If you have only 2 intakes, you'll choke somewhere in the middle. Yeah, I figured I would. I think that's the problem I was running into. But your top end should still be max. Yeah, but I'll still choke in the middle. Isn't it possible to check by right-clicking on the Rapier engine in the build menu to check the needed air for intakes? Well, that's a good question. Nemishi. Hey. Engine max thrust, propellants, air intake. So air intake is 4.015 per second max, which strangely enough is exactly how much these 2 air intakes give. Each of them give 2.0 something. So I don't know, man. We're gonna have to do some testing. If anybody wants to volunteer, of course. I don't have time, but if you can volunteer to see the difference between 2 radial air intakes or 2 ram scoops, the difference to see if when it cuts out and all that jazz, because it still might be valuable because of the fact that these are much lighter, which means that when the rocket kicks in, it doesn't have to push as much. I mean, that is a thing. That is a thing. So let's do this. How about this? How about this? Let's do this. Let's save this as is, right? And let's make this one 2. And we're going to rip these off of it. We're going to give it a, we're going to see here. Because drag, I'm going to tell you right now, this is from experience. Drag with smaller SSTOs that take seconds to get out of the thicker atmosphere account for nothing compared to the weight of the craft once it gets into the thin atmosphere and switches over to rockets when it comes to rapiers. They spend so little time in the thick atmosphere that they could have one of the draggiest pieces on there, but if it weighs less than a feather, they'll still get into orbit with way more delta V than something that weighs heavy but reduces a lot of drag. It's the damnedest thing. But it is real. It's a real mechanic. Okay. That's... Where'd you go? Alright, we're going to try these guys. I'm going to try... Damn it, it gets right in the damn way. I mean, I guess I could go like this. Right? Kind of looks a little funky back there. Let's change the color up so at least we can get an idea of what it looks like. Oh, I like the stripes. Let's do this first. Let's open this one and load pattern. No, store pattern. Excuse me. Open and then load. Okay. I kind of like that. What's this color? Yes, I forgot. Ah. No, now it kind of looks like a school bus. Ah, shit. I wasn't really going for the school bus look. Let's not. Or we can go for a red. Wasn't the red theme something that we were trying to go for as well? There we go. Yeah, red. Okay, okay. Kind of feels like all it needs now is like the Star Trek Delta sign right here, right? Okay, that's not bad. Space school bus. Maybe try air intake nose cones on the fuel tanks. I don't know how much intake they do that. I don't know either. That'd be such a funny video idea, right? School bus, space school bus. Let me see here. Gosh, Why does this freaking thing have to be so long? Seriously, what in the hell? Really? I mean, I love KSP1 compared to KSP2 any day of the week. Why has it got to be so damn long? Let me think. I gotta think. Ah, the aesthetics is being screwed up here. We're gonna have to change everything if that's the case. Alright, let's try this. Gotta protect it, right? Yeah, it took 3 decals, but there you go. At least that's kind of cool. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Real nice. Okay, so there you go for that. Now, the problem with the Vernor engines is, unfortunately, we can't switch over to, well, we could, but it'd require a completely new design. We could possibly go to monopropellant, but then we'd have to find a place to store the monopropellant tanks in order for them to be not as draggy in the atmosphere, which isn't a big problem, but the idea would be to have another service bay behind this one to put everything in there so you could close off all that stuff. But that would mean that this would get bigger, and that would screw around with the weight to everything ratio. It's already on the tippy tip. Empty weight, it gets kind of nose heavy, but we can't bring this any further back or forward, so the center of lift has to stay right there, also be unstable on the way up. Oh yeah, lots of wonderful problems to solve. Just peachy. Okay, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's go number wise, right? And I'm just gonna make this, since they're so damn powerful, let's just put it to 2. Let's put everything to 2. Alright, cool beans. Alright, so we have reaction wheels. We have the experimental wrap air intakes to see how long it goes on jet power before it dies off. This has to be switched over to automatic. Make sure we got a full crew. Yes. Okay. Can't think of anything else. Anybody know anything else? Anything else? Wow. Only 42 people here, but it's a very engaged chat room. I love it. The supersonic air intake radial mounted. Is that used? If you went with 3 radial, could the bottom? Yeah, maybe. No, because if we did 3, it'd still be in the way of these tanks right here. You'd have 2 in the way of the tanks. Even though you'd have 1 right here, the other 2 would be clipping real hard through these tanks. And we need these tanks. I really shouldn't have split my comment. 2 may work if you throttle down in the highest thrust ratio. Okay. After 600, 1600, okay. Well, hopefully we'll be able to reach 1700. So 4 air intake needed. No, okay. Already capped. Oh, okay. Damn. Honestly recommend just trying 8 small intakes. 8? Damn. 8 small intakes? Where the hell are you going to put them all? Are you winning, son? What's up, Flurp? Any news on Kitten Space Agency? Nope, no news. You can watch Shadow Zone, though. He dropped a video, I think, a couple hours ago. Change the front nose cone from small inline circular intake and close them down when you switch. See, I would, but the problem is when I build stuff, I want it to look like, you know, that's realistic. If I put a nose cone right here for air intake and suddenly just right behind it is the cockpit, that's weird as hell, don't you think? That'd be the weirdest damn design ever. Freaking crazy. Okay, let's try this. See how far we get with this. We should have more yaw control because of the reaction wheels. I say 8 intakes, but half would be facing rearward. Rearward. I think the game puts into account airflow. So if you put them rearward, you probably wouldn't get much airflow at all. It'd just be dead weight. And okay, let's do this. Lock them up. Hey, what's going on? Why'd you do that? That's weird. Don't do that. Be nice. You guys facing forward like you're supposed to? Okay. In 3, 2, 1, full power. Oh, you bitch. That's what I forgot to do. We talked about this. We forgot to make the spacecraft tilted up naturally. All right. I don't know how this is going to work, but let's give it a shot, shall we? Make sure we got people in there. Okay, good. Let's go. Test flight, let's go. If an intake is facing rearward, it gets as much flow as if it were stationary. But the intake lighter, the nose cones was... that would be worth using, actually. We can use that in version 3. Let's see how far we get with these first. Hey, Enters Odyssey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh dear, why is it? That's so weird. This is a new bug. Interesting. Can I get steering with this? What is up with this shit? My steering's dead all of a sudden. There's no... What the... Huh. Not liking that. Okay. Alright, and 3, 2, 1, go. So we're pointed up now, which should give us some lift, I would think. You know, or not, it's cool. You know, doesn't have to give us lift at all. Could just throw us about, you know, that's fine. Yes, Fifth Element enters Odyssey. He said the same thing. Everybody was saying the same thing. Alright, here we go. Come on. Here comes the wobble. Oh, jeez. Alright, gear up. Looks like we got some more control now. So let's point it at 10 degrees. And then let it go. Alright, we're going to keep an eye on it. Looks like we just hit Mach. Interested to look at the air intake on this, as well as the power on this. Very, very little drag going on right now. Most drag we're getting is from the damn parachute, but that's a necessity in Kerbal Space Program. Fuel flow. Looks like we're starting to burn up. Thrust on the Rapier jet engine is decreasing. Airflow starting to decrease. And we just lost something. What did we lose? What did we lose again? Decal? Oh no. We're losing our cool decals, man. That kind of sucks. We're at 1400 meters per second, about to break 1500. Still in jet mode. Thrust is 40, 30. We're losing thrust. Yeah, it's because the air intake. We're about to kick into rockets early. Yeah, barely any flow right now with air. Alright, we're into rocket mode right now. So you could definitely see the difference. It choked out way earlier than with the other ones. But let's see if that makes a difference because they are... Woo, 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 woo. That was my bad. We went a little higher than I wanted. Because they are lightweight, so the rockets don't have to worry about pushing a whole lot of weight. So let's see what that looks like. We might end up getting up here with more Delta V any damn way. because of the fact that these are a hell of a lot lighter than the ones that were on there last time. What's up, Iron? What's going on, bro? Hold on, I'm driving an SSTO. I can't read chat and drive at the same time. It's one of my many flaws. All right, here we go. Three, two, one, and go. Now this, of course, could be my fault because I burned a little too much fuel going up there, but we are a little shy compared to what we had when we first went up there. I mean, I could do it again, but I think I'd get something similar. I'd have to be absolutely perfect in order to try to get it close to what we got last time. So I don't know about these air intakes, bro. It feels like I got a hell of a lot more Delta V with the other ones. I think that's because the jet engines didn't kick in till way later. So it was much, much higher. But you're more than welcome to test it out. I mean, you see what we're looking at here, right? You see what kind of design it is, so you can go back and try to rebuild one yourself. I try to make it so that the only mods that I have are things that are aesthetically pleasing, but the parts stay stock. Some do. Don't think real life pilot care about survivability either. Like I said, this is weird. Oh sure, yeah. Some pilots think about survivability, sure, yeah. He's one of those weird people who cares about the survivability of his Kerbals. So he likes giving them redundancies like parachutes, right? Eating a bloomin' onion and killing time before D&D starts. Nice, I like that. Also, we have more mass this time, reaction wheels. That is true, Moon. You're right about that. Well, your top speed was 100 meters hitter before. It's only 1,500 meters, which is very slow. Yeah, it depends. It depends. It depends. Higher? Oh, okay. See, it depends. It's one of those things. It's one of those things where I've noticed it's a very delicate balance between speed in atmosphere and speed in closed cycle when it comes to rapiers. I know it's supposed to make sense. It's supposed to make sense that if you're going 2 billion miles an hour in the atmosphere, then that would, add to getting up in space. But what a lot of people fail to realize is during the coast phase, you end up losing a lot of Delta V. And so it's a hit or miss. Yes, it can be beneficial if you get up to a lot of speed while you're still in atmosphere, but once those engines go into rocket mode, you're still going through some form of drag, even though it's very light. And so it's like it's a delicate balance. What the hell? Oh, well, my electricity's dead. As I was saying, it's a delicate balance. It's preferred to go faster in atmosphere before you jump into space. True, I'm not gonna lie. You hit the nail on the head with that one. Let's see. But when it comes to weight and thrust, that's also extremely important. This is why I love. This is why I love making rocket SSTOs a lot. They're so much fun. Okay, so this bad boy here. It looks fun though, right? Can everybody agree that it at least looks fun? Might not work with the damn, but it looks fun, right? I have no idea if that's gonna work. Probably not. Yeah, we have more mass this time. That's true. Let me do something real quick. I am going to switch these bad boys out. We're not going to forget them. We're not going to forget them. I'm going to put the other ones back in. I just want to see. I just want to see. Now, you know what? Let's do this instead. We were talking about this for a while. We were talking about doing this for a while. And this actually brings in 0.5 air, which is almost the same as the other one, right? Let's see what happens here. This air intake, of course, will start to kick out right around 20 to 30,000 meters. But we're just really curious. We're super, super curious. I've noticed that what for Kerbal Space Program at least, not reality, but Kerbal Space Program, what says one thing on paper and then you test it out in reality or in the game can have two different meanings. Two different things happen. So just like Elon Musk, frickin' test it out. It's good to talk about it on paper, but build it and test it and see what actually happens. Open GUI. Store pattern. Open GUI. Load. Ah, that's cool. Okay, that'll work. Of course, we have to make this official. There we go. All right. Let's see how this works. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have a lot of faith in it. All right. And I'm going to make these springs a shit ton stronger. Because gosh damn, the bounciness was absolutely out of control. Spring strength, bring that bad boy up all the way. All the way. As well as friction control. We'll make this about 3. Spring strength. Bam, bam. And we'll make the friction control on this bad boy all the way as well. Alright, here we go. Use 8. I'm thinking about it. Let me see what happens with 4. We might not even need to put 8 on here. Probably get away with 4. Let's see what happens. I might be back later. Got some stuff today. Have fun flying. All right, Inter. Have a good one, buddy. All right, and 3, 2, 1. Seems to work. Oh, hey, we're able to take off. A lot nicer. Cool. Let's go about 10 degrees. This one's being a little brat too. They're heating up pretty bad. Oh shit, we're gonna lose them. Yep, there they go. Okay. So, it's a heat problem. Regardless if we had 4 more in the back, it's a heat problem. It was a good idea, though. It's a good idea. I mean, it looks so cool, right? But it was a good idea. Sorry about that. Looks like we're gonna have to stick with these guys. Okay. If that's the case, let us try the dreaded 3 of these, right? Or maybe we could go for 4? I don't know. It looks ugly as sin, I'll tell you that. Gosh damn, it looks ugly. Frickin' hell, man. That is ugly. Damn it. Maybe I can... Hold on. I got an idea. I have an idea. May not be a great idea. I don't know. Starting to look cool, right? Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hold on now. Uh-huh. I'm working my magic. Give me a minute. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. Give me a minute. Alright, y'all. That is the funkiest looking frickin' thing ever. But it just might work. Same pod, but rear face. Okay. Going faster than normal. Yeah, that's kind of what you want to do in an SSTO. You want to go faster than normal. They look sick. Good morning. What's happening? I don't know, Jake. Tell me. Yes, is building a space taxi, I think. Okay, brick wall. Ugly as sin, but long as we can cook. Good morning, Veos. Good morning, boy. DLB. Oh boy. He's really locking in. Yep, locked in. Veos. Make it a little bit longer. That's the what we're trying to go for. We're trying to go for small. That's why I try to avoid these ramp air intakes, because they really extend it. We're trying to go for short and derpy, the most stubble looking taxi itty bitty SSTO ever, right? Of course, I can make one that's thousands of times smaller, but we're trying to go for something that is aesthetically pleasing. But I guess this will be okay. We tried this one already. For those of you who just showed up, actually we're losing people, but that's okay. That's the only problem with this one, is that it loads up forever. But we tried the scoops already. These right here. The reason why I think my old self put these in here is because they did the job, even if they were slightly they did the job even though they were slightly inefficient. Okay, so let's try this. Let's give it a shot. Make sure we got Kerbals. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. Launch. Let him cook. This is looking more like a mining ship, but yeah, right? Flying Brick 9000. Exactly. Call it the Goober. You got it wrong, Veos. People are losing you. They're losing me. Is that good or bad? Alright, let's check it out. Alright, close it up. In 3, 2, 1. We're going to keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on this. We got to be careful pulling up. I don't want to strike these by accident. Oh shit, what was that? Ooh. Alright, here we go. 10 degrees. It does look more like a spaceship, doesn't it? Something alien. Come on, stay there. It does look something way alien. We're pulling 2 Gs right now, if I'm reading this correctly down here. Let's see what pops first. Let's see what pops first. Airflow is decreasing dramatically. Thrust is decreasing dramatically. Holy shit, what was that? What was that? Okay, just decals. We're fine. We're at 15. Ooh, we're about to break 16,000. We're not even... We're still in air breathing mode. And still in air breathing mode, going into gravity turn. Prograde. We're still in air breathing mode. Haven't gone into rockets yet. Still in air breathing mode. I mean, this is a... Oh, nope. We got into rockets. Okay, rockets have been engaged. So that did that pretty good. Four of them. Four of them does pretty good. It's too bad it just makes everything so damn wide and big. Alright, we're in coasting phase now. That's the only problem though, it's just I'm trying to go for a smaller spacecraft and this just makes it look big, but it still works really well. Potholes on runway, yeah. Does KSP often get a stack overflow crash? Not always. I wouldn't say so anyway. How much TWR? Right now we're at 975, but we're in coast phase. Okay, Veos, beside it looks cute. It must be toasty in the cabin. Yeah, maybe. Hey, Veos. Hello, Rex. Morning, Veos and chat. Hello, morning. Alright, let's speed this up. Keep an eye on power. Last time we ran out of power very quickly. We added 2 more batteries, which seem to have worked. Rapiers do not have the ability to generate power. Just be mindful of that. Alright, we're going to start now in 3, 2, 1, full power. So 621 meters per second, that's like a full, almost, I want to say, about 90 meters per second more. Delta V. Okay, so let's do the pros and cons, shall we? Let's save some power by turning everything off. Let's do the pros and cons with this design compared to the original design. Although the original design didn't have the extra weight of the reaction wheels that we had put on there. So we do have to take that into account. But you're probably looking at about 100, 120 or so extra Delta V. The thing about it is, as well, I would say would be, in the grand scheme of things, you're looking at like these air intakes compared to the ones that were on there originally. Your pros for using these types is, of course, more Delta V when you get up there. Less fuel getting up there, even with the added weight of the reaction wheels. Cons, of course, would be the absolute absurdity of how long these damn things are, right? So if you wanted to go into like a cargo bay or something, you have to make sure that it's a hell of a lot longer, because now your entire craft has become not only taller, but also longer. So taller and longer. Wider, not so much. It still has the same profile, but definitely taller and longer. And I have no idea how this thing... Let's try re-entry. So I think overall these would be better. But you do have that con of the fact that it's a lot more unruly when it comes to size. Not by much though. All right, I don't care where we land. Let's just land. Matter of fact, I think what we're do is we're going to do a really hard landing. We're going to cut in like at 35. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and point this spacecraft up and try to keep this right there. We've got a little bit more than half power. We should be good. Here we go. Pros performance, cons long. Yeah, basically. Loading bay for front gear. Ah, thank you for letting me know that. That's gonna really suck. That's if we make it through. I have never re-entered this thing before, so we could die horrible deaths. Yep. This might be bad. This could end very badly. And we could land at night as well, even worse. See what we got going on drag wise. Oh, this is really pulling some drag. Okay. Now the thing about it is that this thing is now very nose heavy, and we found that out when we checked its dry and empty weight, or wet and dry weight. So here we go. It's going to slow down kind of hard too, which is what I was trying for. I don't want it to stay in atmosphere too long, or else things will start popping. I want it to drop as soon as possible. And nose cone's starting to warm up. We're at 16, 1500. Oh, we might actually land on land this time. Alright. Ooh, coming down kind of hard. She's nose heavy as hell. That's what it is. Are you kidding me? Oh! I did not expect this. Oh, we're out of electricity though. Shit. I have okay, so it's pretty much fly-by-wire, and we don't have any means whatsoever for yaw, except for the inline reaction wheels. That's gonna have to be something to put on the to-do list. Well, we're not landing at the KSC, not with the power problem, which is a good reason why I have parachutes. Alright, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Deploying parachute. Not yet. Now. Okay. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. And these are actually starting to grow on me a little bit. They kind of remind me of like warp nacelles for like a Stargazer class Federation ship, right? We're going at 15 meters per second, which is not great either. Let's open this up. Gears out. And we'll close this. Hopefully nobody dies. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. Cool. Nice. So it's survivable. In case of a complete power outage, the taxi is survivable. There you go. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it for today. Appreciate everybody for coming. Thank you so much. I know if you just got here, my apologies. I did start kind of late today because of a lot of stuff going on, but I usually try to start around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. We only had about 40 people show up, but that's all right. I love you all for being here. We have a membership program if you're interested. If you become a member, you get cool little emojis and badges and stuff next to your name. It's pretty cool. Check it out. And whoa, that's loud. Everything's loud actually. But anyway, to give everybody an update, things are getting a little better when it comes to when it comes to my real life. So I will hopefully start getting daily videos out here soon. I cannot make any promises, but hopefully within the next month or so. And then we'll start, because I've seen that I've actually lost a lot of people when it comes to subscribers. I don't think that's going to bode well for anybody, but all right, love you all, stay safe, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye for now. Bye bye.